So I get asked about Kratom on here quite a bit, and it's probably because I mention it in my intro to every single video, but I really don't spend a whole lot of time talking about it. The reason I don't spend a whole lot of time talking about it is because TikTok in particular just doesn't let my video go public. It flags it. I think that it takes it as me like promoting Kratom, which I'm not. So I'm going to answer some questions that I get about Kratom. I'm going to try to talk faster than I usually do, and I'm going to try to just cram this into like one video. If you're new here, my name is Amanda. I am a recovering alcoholic. I used to drink vodka and take Kratom all day, every day for about 3 years straight. I was introduced to Kratom by a family member who knew that I was struggling with my mental health. I was struggling with depression, anxiety. I was having fluicidal thoughts, and I was kind of at a breaking point. This family member had given up alcohol, and they told me that Kratom helps them stop drinking. They sent it to me via mail. I took it. It was the powder form. I would say within 5 minutes I felt the effects, and the only way I can describe it is like taking, just like opiates. It just immediately made me feel happy. It made me feel social, made me feel positive. It immediately changed my whole outlook on life, and it altered my mood that very moment. It did not take days. It did not take hours. Within 5 minutes, I felt it. And I thought to myself, this is too good to be true. This is awesome. It's legal. It tastes like absolute burnt shit to take. It's very bitter, but I can take this like all day, every day for the rest of my life now. I finally found what I'm missing. Maybe this is what my brain has needed all along to, to function like everyone else's brain does. It made me too happy. We are not meant to be full of blissful fucking joy all of the time. We need stress. We need fear. We need some of those uncomfortable emotions. We need teeth. We need edge. I didn't want to feel any of that. I felt like I had only felt those things my entire life. I felt like my entire molecular structure was composed of nothing but negative, unpleasant, uncomfortable feelings. And getting a taste of what it was like to be just completely happy for no fucking reason, I was not about to let that go. Like I said, I could function on it. It didn't make me dizzy. It's not the same as being drunk. It doesn't change your personality to the extent that people know that you're just like off your rocker. The way it changed my personality is I felt like it made me more social, I would do small talk. I would just become an extrovert. I would become just very positive. It was like I had a new lease on life. That's what it felt like. Then over the course of time, I found that the more I took, and for your reference, I had just a little plastic spoon that I would take the powder form. I would mix it into hot water and take it. I would put probably 2 or 3 of those spoonfuls in, stir it up, take it. I did that anywhere from 7 to 10 times a day. I say that I was taking like 10 spoonfuls a day, and that's probably more accurate, but I was taking those all throughout the day. I found that the more I took, the less happier I was, the less high I became, but the more I had to take to keep the withdrawals at bay. How do you know that you were having withdrawals, you ask me? Because Kratom is expensive. I remember I would, go into the smoke shop and get something like as big as like a jar of face cream. The least I would pay was $40, and the maximum I had ever paid was like $80. And I got to the point where it would only last me a week, maybe 10 days. So it got expensive. So there were times that I had to go without. And I was still drinking my alcohol during this time, but I would just feel like the life was draining out of me. The withdrawals made me obviously just, fucking cranky, like hostile. It depleted all my energy, yet I could not sleep. My legs would just like jerk and spasm all night long. When you're having a dream that you're in a car and it flies off a cliff and you wake up because your body jerks, I would do that all night. But it was just in my body. It wasn't in my mind. There was no thought behind that physical reaction. It was just my body going through the withdrawals. And that was just me taking less of it. I hadn't even gotten to the point where I was out of it. I was just trying to like space out my doses because I could see that I was broke and that I was coming to to the end of my supply. So just trying to taper down sent me into withdrawals. I can definitely talk more about Kratom. I think that people need to understand that it is a risk. It is absolutely addictive. It is now illegal in California, which is where I live. And I am so sorry if you live here and you're going through this. It's hard. I know that it is hard to quit. I know it's hard to go through the withdrawals. I will say if I can do it, anyone can do it. I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to take the easy way out. I wanted a cheat code to life that, only a few people had. I didn't want to go through life raw dogging it the way that everyone else had to do it. And, Kratom was a huge part of my addiction. And I don't think it's talked about enough. The risks of Kratom. Just because you replace one of your addictions with another one doesn't mean that it helped you come off of the other one. It just means that you replaced it. Replacing a bad habit with another bad habit, you still have a bad habit and you still have a monkey on your shoulders. You still have a chain around your ankle.